So you've described what is your edge, but how do you actually communicate that? And what I mean by that specifically, I remember again, I went back and I had a look at our last conversation from I think 3 years ago, actually. And you mentioned, this is totally self-serving, by the way, to my entire audience, but you mentioned having the best ROI you had was on the marketing company that you hired to help you communicate very early on. So it's that kind of communication. What is it? Is it because you send out emails or advertise or have so good social media presence or a good educational section on your website? I mean, what is it that
it's all
moves that needle?
I will tell you that I'm not a born marketer. I've certainly learned a lot about it. We have an amazing marketing director who manages a team. And it really, if you go back 6, 7, 8 years ago, my partner and I were the marketers. We were the ones running out there, having lunches with everybody. And what we realized is that, look, there's got to be a way to scale this. It can't just be the two of us. And we have a great product, and the internet made so much sense, because if you have a great product and you put it in front of millions of people, they're going to buy it. And then we hired a digital marketing company to really build our assets. And our assets were our website, to rebrand us, design us, and that was the starting point, right? But that really is the starting point, because this is not a business where if you build it, they will come, right? And so the unique thing to us was we had great messaging, we had a great story, we had the things that you need to attract people and pique their attention, but then come in and have more depth to it as well. So, what we've done since then is quite a bit, and everybody in our at Origin has really become a content creator as well. And this is something that we live and we breathe, because content, what we try to do early on is even outsource some of the content. And what you realize is that people don't have the domain knowledge that you do. They're not going to write in your voice. They're not going to necessarily be inspired by the same thing. So we had to write it inside Origin. And so everybody has now become a content producer, and that's on our acquisitions team, on our marketing team, on our IR team, in the accounting group, in the legal group. Everybody at Origin contributes to the content in some way, shape, or form, in the written content. We have more than 400 pieces of original content now, and these are all things that when we get questions from investors, what's confusing? What do they need to know? Is it catch-ups? Is it waterfalls? All this lingo that you never thought you wanted to know. But then you have to distribute to them. You have to get it through them and nurture campaigns. You have to create videos, et cetera. You have to build a database. You have to have calls to action on it. And so these are all the things that it's really, you're in the business as well, and you know what a holistic view this is to making it work. It's not simple, and it's not something that you do. You say, I'll build it, and then give it 3 months and it's not working. You have to make a commitment to this. And we did in the beginning. And we remember, once we went down this path, we are committed. And we started out with getting 2 to 3 to 4 leads a week. And that went up to 20 leads, to 50, 100. We've had weeks where we've had thousands and thousands of leads. And so it's certainly been a building process. And, within the group of leads that we get, there are people who are just interested in learning more about real estate. I would say that we educate quite a bit of the student community. I get emails on my LinkedIn all the time from students thanking me for this. This is great. This is better than the materials I get at school. People in the real estate community, they feel like we're the gold standard of information out there, but it's because it's written by experts who know what they're talking about and who are in the weeds and go to another level, right? And then we get investors, and whether they invest with us or somebody else, they're just appreciative of the depth of information and the amount of information and how we put it out.